onto the traditional media. If y'all are tired of hearing the traditional media be bashed, then I'm so sorry, but I'm going to continue to bash the traditional media. Because the traditional media, they're the gatekeepers of so much information for so many people. Oftentimes, we don't have time to do our research, so the media takes the information that we want and what we need, and they tell the story for us. And if we don't do our own research, we don't do our homework, then we may believe that what the media is telling us is our truth instead of their truth. We might take it as it is the definitive truth instead of their truth, correct? So I was listening to the Real Ones podcast on the Ringer, on their Ringer basketball feed. And Logan Murdoch and Raja Bell were having a great conversation about how players are covered by the media and how there aren't a lot of black voices in the mainstream sports media who get to tell the story. And the guy Logan Murdoch, who is a member of the media, he talked about how their producer is of the podcast. She's from St. Louis. He's never been to St. Louis, and he can't talk about St. Louis from an educated point of view. Why? Because he's not from there, not been there. But she could. And here's what happens with the media. They try to tell a story, but they don't know the characters. And let me tell you, it is hard to tell a story if you don't know the characters in the story. If you're going to speak just from your point of view, if you don't get to know these people, if you don't have real access with them, because you got to understand, people got their work outfits. I know y'all seen the funny joke from the one episode of Family Guy when the police were gone and all the black people just come out the woodwork zipping off their white suits. That's the real thing. You got your real face and you got your work face. And here's what I'm willing to bet. A lot of these members of the traditional media, they get our work face. So when they get the work face, they take the work face as the real face and they use that to tell a story without even understanding the story that they're telling. Because they don't know what's going on. They don't understand us, our people, our culture. Which is why we need more voices in the media. We need alternative forms of media, because the traditional media is going to be what it's going to be. Because you got to understand who owns the traditional media and what narrative they're going to want to push. We just got to get away from the traditional media in many instances. Yes, because they have the access that we want and that we need, but they don't have the cultural awareness. They don't have the background. They don't understand the context of so many of the stories that they tell them the wrong way.